Hey, what's up, you guys? It's Wednesday, October 17th, and it's time for the hit list. I almost said the conversation. It just comes out like that, but it is the hit list. We are here. We have a full house tonight. Everyone is back. I'm so excited. We have Katrina here tonight. We have John Tay coming up in a few minutes. We have Darius here to talk about some politics with us. I'm really excited to have him. Who else do we have? We have our OGs, Marcus, Mike, and Shaq with me. Then we have our newbie, Melanie. We have my girl, Brandy, over there. We have Tamar, and we have Natasha. And Katrina is here. She hasn't been here in months.
Hey.
I was on Katrina's ass all week. I said, "You coming? Will you be there?" I was texting her all day. So yeah, she's here. We got her here. Katrina, I'm so happy to have you here. Are you excited?
Thank you. Yes, I am.
Okay, let's do this. So, how was everyone's weekend? First off, let's take care of some. No, we'll do the business afterwards. But how was everyone's weekend? Marcus, what did you do? You there, Marcus?
I went to Las Vegas for the Denver Steeler game. Did a little drinking, played a little softball. Just a normal weekend globetrotting. I got really drunk on Saturday, and all of a sudden, I was tap dancing with some old white people. It was a great weekend.
Oh, that's a nice picture. Fun.
And that is the exact outfit that I'm wearing today. Awesome.
So, tell me about this picture, Marcus. What was that?
So in this picture, I'm giving you, there's a mirror, I'm looking hot, I'm feeling the body, that's my second frozen drink. And I was like, you know what, let me give the kids a little taste of what Vegas is going on, but not too much. That's what that is.
That's what's up. I'm supposed to be going to Vegas the end of October. So
I know I saw your globetrotting. You're going to be hitting the scene.
I'm traveling this year. I told Hector, if you want to go, go. If you want to stay home and work, stay home and work. I'm traveling.
I can't wait for you to be here.
Yes, we'll be there November 11th through the 18th. So I'm excited to see you down in Florida. This year, but I don't want to get into that. I'll wait. Let's talk about Brandy. How was your weekend? What'd you do?
I had a really great weekend. Kind of quiet, stayed home, chilled with nephew a little bit, cooked some more, went to church, had a nice church service. So just a typical little mellow weekend. Nothing too major went on, but blessed. Still here, still praising them, still thankful.
That's what's up.
That's right, sister. Pray for
me. Jack, what is this all about?
Crabs.
You
got them.
Yeah, I'm in Duluth at a place called Captain Louis. That is a big hunk of king crab. And we're just eating a whole bunch of really expensive seafood is basically what it is.
That's what's up.
That's all good? It was good.
Crabs.
Yeah, shut up.
All right.
I didn't have crabs or none of that. I was just out having a good time, and I cannot. Just
I'm trying to see all these pictures I have up here. Oh my God, hold on.
The Captain Louis slap. If y'all ever in Duluth, I highly recommend.
Where's Duluth in?
Duluth. It's Metro ATL.
Okay.
Tamar, let's talk about your weekend.
Hey, oh my God. So this past weekend, so my life has had a drastic change. I parted ways with my job on Friday. And so I'm just walking in faith with a new adventure, just trusting the process. It's just I was burnt out at my job and I was not showing up my best. So me and my job was just it's time to go. So Saturday, I was like, you know what? I want to go out and just turn up with the friends. So we went out Saturday night and I just danced the night away. I had a good time. These guys are amazing. They're my core people I hang out with. So yeah, it was a great weekend. Everything was great. So yeah.
Awesome. Melanie.
Okay.
How was your weekend?
My weekend was great. I went away for the weekend. This was just one of the little moments. I was a blonde, so I heard blondes have more fun. So I was out
Is
here
it true?
doing blonde stuff. Really, yes. I had a great time. Definitely a memorable weekend, but it was really
Ooh.
good. It was just, this is just to say, like, and I wore a lot of pink. I usually don't wear pink
Mhm.
at all. But
Mhm.
I'm like, okay, I was in my Barbie era this
It
weekend.
looks good on
So
you. I like it.
thank you. And it was
So
a little chilly out, so sweater weather. Sweater weather. So
That's what's up.
we were just outside.
Well, I'm glad you had fun.
Right.
Leaving Georgia all the way up to Michigan and Detroit. Michael, what is this all about? Tell us about your weekend.
Oh, before we get into my weekend, let me just say our pre-show was so vulgar. And Melody,
Not because of
before
you.
we went live, she says sloppy toppy. Okay, so that sets the tone for the show for me. This was my weekend. We had an awesome party at the Terrarium. This is one of the DJs that was on for a set.
Oh, I thought that was you.
Oh no. No,
I thought it was him too.
No, honey, I own it. I don't spin the music.
That's right.
Hello.
Big CEO energy.
You can still do it.
Right,
That's
right. No, this is good. It was a great party. Listen, we do this about once a month. It's through a nonprofit, so all the proceeds go to charity.
Awesome.
Beautiful.
I promise you, I'm gonna get up there. I promise you before.
Yeah, when's the next one? I'm gonna pop up.
It's November 12th, and it's actually for 40 and over. So I think that's
Oh,
most of it through.
I'll be in
Yeah,
Florida.
we're adults on
I'm
here.
gonna be up there soon.
Yeah.
I promise.
Yeah, Michael, I'm over 40.
So I don't have
Sadly, I'm not of age.
I don't have any other pictures from anyone else except me. Of course, it's Chicago Fashion Week. I stepped out
Take
and
it down.
wearing Dolce & Gabbana and La Pointe.
Yes.
This was at the first night me and my friend Doug went to, so we had fun there. And then, Chicago, there's always celebrities just running all over the place. I don't know if you guys know Jenny McCarthy and what's her husband.
She look good.
Donnie Wahlberg.
Donnie Wahlberg. They live in the suburbs of Chicago, so they're always here. They are always around. And then today I was invited to an event. It was an influencer event, and I'm trying to find the pictures from it. I don't know where the pictures went.
Actually, I have to say, I'm proud of you not wearing booty shorts to these events. Congrats.
It's gotten cold.
Yeah, it is cold.
I
That
actually
sounds
wear booty
cold.
shorts in like negative weather.
It was 47 degrees here the other night. I don't know where my other pictures went, you guys, but we had today, me and hold on, let me see if I can find them because here they are. Open. Sorry. This picture, I was invited to an influencer event. I don't know if you know the designers Badgley Mishka. They designed Carrie's wedding dress in Sex and the City. They designed a lot of the stuff that the girls in Sex and the City wear. They were here doing an event, and it was really fun. I took Hector with me. Hector never goes to this kind of stuff, but even he had a little fun. So we went, and here's this picture of me and Hector. It was an open bar. They were giving away champagne, and that's all Hector needed. So there we are, right there. That was today. So yeah, we had Chicago Fashion Week is still going on until next week. I have a show tonight to go to after our show. I have 2 shows tomorrow to go to, and then we have some shows Friday and Saturday. So
Booked and busy.
yeah,
You busy.
Yes. Inking, baby.
But anyways, let's get into this docket. We have a lot of stuff to cover. Wow. I don't even know where we should start. First off, before we do that, we got to take care of some business. Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowance is made for the fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, education, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. So y'all know we're learning over here. This is educational. Don't sue me. Don't email me. Don't tag me. I don't have no money to give you. So if we're using something that you own and you don't want us to use it, please just kindly just inbox me and say, hey, can you take that down? We can handle that civilly, all right? I don't want to be sued. Like I said, I ain't got no money for you. So moving on to our first subject, Bow Wow is in the news. We don't talk too much about him over here. But make sure you guys share this too. It's live on Facebook. I went and took care of that business. But anyways, Bow Wow is saying, hold on, let me get my notes out. I have a lot of stuff going on over here. Here we go. Bow Wow is catching some serious heat after claiming that the celebrity party scene has died after all the sexual assault and drugging allegations against entertainment mogul Sean Diddy Combs. Currently, the disgraced mogul is being held behind bars in Brooklyn on a federal charges of sex trafficking, prostitution, and racketeering. He's been denied bond 3 times, and the trial is set to begin. While appearing on a former 106 in Park host, Bow Wow talked about his career and, of course, what's been going on in the entertainment and music industries lately, like the takedown of Diddy and all the sexual assault allegations. So basically, what do you guys think about this? He's basically complaining that, it's boring now that Diddy's locked up and there's nothing to do. And also, Bow Wow's in the news for saying, he can separate the celebrity from the crime. And I do agree with him with that. I've always been able to, James Brown, R. Kelly. I still listen to R. Kelly. I still listen to Elvis. I'm going to listen to P. Diddy till I die. So what do you guys think about separating the artist from the crime and the party scene being dead? Let's go over to who wants to take this? That's Marcus, you take it first. What's up?
You know what? It's, first of all, the scene is dead with Diddy off of the trenches. No one's getting raped, no one's getting drugged, and it's a little boring right now. So I can understand why Bow Wow is feeling some type of way, He's not getting fucked on the streets. He's not allegedly doing anything like that because Diddy's not throwing those parties. But it is important to separate an artist from their actions. I mean, when you listen to an artist, you're listening to their music, you're listening to their gift. Now, if they turn around and murder someone, for an example, it's not gonna, I'm still going to be in love with that person that I fell in love with to that song. Just because they murdered someone in their personal life doesn't mean that murdered my feelings. So it's really important to differentiate them because we're not going to enjoy anything. Everyone has everyone has something. If you're just going to go ahead and stop liking people because of something they did, baby, we're not going to have anyone to listen to. We're not going to listen to no politicians. You know what I mean? So it's one of those battles where it's really, you got to pick and choose. Like Chris Brown, everyone still talks about what he did to Rihanna 20 years ago. You know what I mean? I don't think about that anymore unless someone brings it up because I listen to his music. I listen to his work of art. You know what I mean? It's so important to separate the two because if we don't, we're not going to like anybody by the end of the day.
Yeah, most definitely. Katrina, do you still listen to R. Kelly and Chris Brown and Diddy and all those? Do you still listen to that music?
Yes. I mean, I never really walked around playing Diddy like that, but I still listen to Kells and Chris Brown. I know I got heat over still listening to Kells from people on my Facebook page, but to me, I separate the music.
Exactly. Brandy, what do you think?
Y'all know I still listen to R. Kelly and all my favorite artists, regardless of what they're, like Marcus said, what they got going on in their personal life, what they put out for us publicly to enjoy. For the most part, I do enjoy. As far as Bow Wow and his comments about it being dry since Diddy got locked up, I don't know. I just feel like that's kind of weird. Because first off, say you want to say you're a freak without saying you're a freak. You know what I'm saying? Put it out there first off. And someone said, somebody in the comments said, why don't he throw one? And why don't he?
He ain't got money.
To take over and start throwing parties like
everything's gonna be from the dollar store.
That's coming out. I wouldn't want to have no party or be at nobody's party.
Our last hit was before the Obama president.
I would want my name coming out.
Hold on. Let Brandy finish, you guys.
If they miss it that hard, the celebrities that are missing it, they can throw their own wild freak off party. What do you mean?
Bow Wow not spinning like Diddy.
So
I think everybody. I think the celebrities scene is running scared right now. You guys know they canceled the annual Rock Nation party they throw every year before the Grammys. That was canceled this year. That Jay-Z throws.
Second time it's been canceled. Interesting.
Yeah, and so it's been really quiet. We haven't heard a lot of ruckus going on in Hollywood right now. Michael, what do you think of all this?
The most surprising thing in all this to me was that someone was asking after Bow Wow.
Why are y'all so shady tonight? Oh my god! Who do I want to go to? Who do I want to go to? Melanie, what's up with you? What do you have to say about this? Anything?
For starters, Chad has gone through a phase, and we just have to let him go through that phase. I don't. When was the last time that Bow Wow was independently relative? Let's be honest, right?
Wow.
So you making this, you're only doing this for your relativity, and just stay on the reality shows. Do what you do. Nobody's hating. Nobody's like. But it's one of those things where opinions are like assholes. Everybody has one, so feel free to share yours, right? Kind of like what we're doing here. Now moving on to more interesting topic, like separating the artist from the art. Yeah, I mean, I feel that a lot of artists do have their bad side. I mean, they're still human, but that doesn't take away from their talent, and that's where we should focus. We should focus on the talent. Yes, there's a lot of talented people within the Hollywood scene, and this is why it's called Holly Weird, who has done crazy, egregious things, and we still celebrate them, especially the ones who do not look like this panel.
That part.
So if we're going to point it out, let us point it out, because they're still trying to cancel Eminem. They're still trying. You see what I'm saying? So it's one of those things where it's like, learn to separate the artist from the art, because I don't care what anybody say, but we put on TP2 right now and y'all gonna bump y'all head to something.
Oh yeah, most definitely. And, you know, I think it's very interesting. I think it's very interesting that Elvis was fucking up. What's her name, Priscilla, when she was 15 and 16. And he,
14. They began at 14.
He's still celebrated as the king. He's not.
They got together at 14.
You know?
Exactly.
And then our king, which was not even proven guilty, just fucking false claims, gets ridiculed and destroyed, and his whole legacy damaged for basically something fake. Like Elvis was fucking 14-year-old Priscilla. All these allegations against Michael were alleged.
I was thinking that too, Darius.
Black people are the worst people, because we're the first ones to go in the comments and be like, "Oh, fuck you, you're fucked up." Like white people don't do that. White people are not in the comments saying, "Oh, what's wrong with y'all here?" They're like, "Yeah, girl, you rock." You know what I mean? Like they're not in the comments like in the shade room. Perfect example. Toxicity. Let any black post, anyone black do something good. All the black people on the post are like, "Well, he could have done better. This, that, blah, 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 blah." A white girl do something. "Oh, she's so cute. I love her blonde hair."
They most definitely stick together. They most definitely stick together. We have Trump running around with 39 fucking felonies, and they're still celebrating him. He's not canceled. Darius, what were you gonna say?
Oh, I was gonna say that incidentally. Just for first of all, Elvis stole our music, so he really ain't the king of nothing.
Right.
Exactly. Okay, let's be clear about that. Secondly, I do think that they very clear, because he ain't the king of nothing.
Very clear.
He just like a whole lot of other people, colonizers who capitalize off of the talent and opportunities of other people.
He's a rock and roll.
Off a black woman's talent.
Yes. And so I can't separate the person from the artistry, although I will say that the character of a person, I think, does influence the artistry. And when we think about this Diddy situation, and potentially how many people he has potentially traumatized or hurt, and that he used career advancements and opportunities to coerce people, and in some situations it's been alleged that he drugged people, sexually assaulted people, blackmailed, bribed people. And we hear this stuff sometimes in our lyrics, and we don't think it's stuff that really happens.
Right.
But if it's although I can't separate the person, it's gonna be hard in this instance, because there's so much. And I understand he is presumed innocent until proven guilty, but honestly, in the court of public opinion, he's already tried and convicted.
Yes.
Well,
and unfortunately,
when the feds got you on this case, this type of case, you're guilty. And I mean, we could go on and say allegedly, but there's a reason why you've been denied bond several times. There's a reason why all of these things are happening. So it's one of these situations where, yes, we can say allegedly, but there's hardcore evidence. And while we can't say that, oh yeah, well, the evidence is in the music, because we cannot necessarily use all of the music as evidence, there is actual hardcore proof with video footage. So it's one of those things where we can't necessarily say, oh, it's the music, because yes, a lot of it has influenced the music. However, it is one of those things where we have physical evidence. It's not a Rich Homie Quan type situation where it's like, oh, they're playing the lyrics in the music. It's literally, we have you dead to rights.
Right.
Well,
Just saying.
you guys, I have
But
a hit
did
list
he-
exclusive. I went to the Boys to Men concert, and of course, I was backstage, and I did a meet and greet. And I asked them a question. I was like, "What do you think is happening with the current state of music?" And do you know what Sean said? And I quote, and I can't believe I forgot to say this. He said, "It's really sad that 90% of everyone's favorite artists are about to go," and I quote, "to jail." Sean from Boys to Men said that. He said, "It sucks that 90% of y'all's favorite artists are about to go to jail." So we don't know. They know that something's about to pop the fuck off. Any day now, we're about to get a list. Something's about to go down very soon, guys.
Well,
hit list.
Hold on. There's other stuff, going on in the music industry. 26-year-old R. Kelly's daughter, Karma, A Daughter's Journey. She's writing a book called Karma, A Daughter's Journey, where she discusses her experience, revealing that she was allegedly sexually abused by the R&B singer. Through tears, she shares how that moment impacted her life forever. Now, you guys know me. You know I'm the devil's advocate. I always have. There's 3 sides to every story. She has been asked repeatedly, and she has said nothing has ever happened. She stands by her dad. She still listens to his music. Her mama still bumps his music on those reels she does dancing. There's something in the milk is not clean to me, and I hate to see a man go down for something that he did not do, and people are just jumping on the bandwagon. So let's go to Shaq, because I know she might have something to rebuttal about this. What do you think about her coming out now, saying that she was sexually assaulted after all these years denying it?
I
Go
will
ahead.
always err on the side of caution and refuse to immediately go against children or adult children who speak out against parental sexual assault. First of all, this is not something that is easy to talk about for anyone, right? And I think that if a child has previously denied vehemently that this didn't happen, and then they turn around and say it, that does not cast doubt upon their story. I think the natural thing to do as a child is to protect the parent. This is what a child will do. I have talked often about my experience being part of the foster care system, my experiences adopting children, my experience being a foster care parent and being a part of the system, and taking these classes. And one of the earlier things that you were taught is that children love their parents, and that love is unconditional. And to children, attention is love, even negative attention. So even if parents are hurting children, if they're sexually assaulting the children, abusing children, raping children, love is attention. Okay, and so children can misconstrue bad behavior as love. And so, yes, I do think that you can become an adult and you can get on TV and you can say this has never happened to me, and then you can reverse course and be telling the truth. I think that we should always believe children first. And I think that if we were going to get on a pulpit and talk about how we need to give someone the benefit of the doubt, I don't know that the pulpit should be on behalf of R. Kelly, because what has been proven beyond a shadow of doubt is that he's very much awful, right? And he has a sickness, and he himself has admitted that he is sick and that something is wrong with him. And so I just find it hard to believe that he just only did it outside his home. Why is it so hard to believe that it didn't also happen in his home when it happened everywhere else he went? I think he's sick and he's admitted to his sickness. And so is it possible that it happened to his children? I think that's very much so possible. And I think that she deserves to tell her story. And I think that all of us would just do better to stay out of it and pray for all those people.
Can I ask you a question, Shaq? What happens when she changes her story in 3 months and say, "Oh, someone paid me to say this"?
Yeah, I think that in 3 months when she changes her story, she changes her story. That's what I think. I think that sometimes you just got to. That's what I think.
So hold on. Hold on. I got to get this out. So you think it's fair to ruin a man's career?
I think R. Kelly has already ruined his career.
Okay,
No,
because
I see where you're going with it.
Okay.
I know where you're going with this, and I think that if we are going to take this stance, we're just going to need a better. We're going to need a better subject than R. Kelly. Just this ain't the right person. But I know where you're going with it, and I agree. I do think that there needs to be something in place for these people who come out and who make these false claims and who tell these lies and who ruin people's lives. And there are instances of this, right, where we find out it's a lie and that it didn't happen, and then you see where nothing happened and they got off scot-free and people did prison time and but that is not what's happening here. This is not a good example. It's not the right example. This isn't the one.
Shaq's point.
Darius, hold on, Melanie. I'll get to you. Darius, go ahead.
If what she is alleging is true, and he, as her father, as her supposed protector, did this to her, damn a career. There is no timetable on my healing. If you have personally victimized me, I don't give a damn if you're the most famous person in the world. Because what's in you gonna eventually come out. So if this stuff did happen to her, because it didn't happen to you, so it's easy to say, well, why they didn't say anything? Well, if it's never happened to you, it's easy to say that. But if you're the person that it's happened to, and you having to live this experience, and you still love that person, in light of what they may have done to you, it's real easy for those of us who have never been there to say that.
You know, I think she finally got the courage.
Yeah,
I think she finally got the courage. Like, he can't do anything to her anymore. Like, he's finally locked up, and I feel like she finally, like, what a cathartic moment for her to finally say that, and to be lying all these years and like had to keep that in. Man, like, she's finally free. And I think
you know what? It's time to pay the bill. Eventually, you're gonna have to pay the bill.
But
we also have to think about
and say that. What if she does come out and say that, you know, she got paid XYZ, blah, blah, blah. Then you know what? Then shame on her and fuck that bitch.
Hold on. Michael, I want to jump to Michael really quick and then I'll jump to Melanie. So we know, I don't know the law, but is there any kind of law in place for people who lie about crimes like this? There's nothing that they can do?
So I can't think of any that comes to mind, but this would be like on a state level thing. Every state could be different on this one. You know, generally how the legal system punishes lies or falsehoods is through a defamation case, right? And you know, those happen from time to time. I think the hard part here is that oftentimes, and I'm not trying to generalize about the character of these folks at all, but oftentimes the person who is defaming doesn't have a lot of resources that you can recover against. And so you bring a lawsuit and you win, but it's a hollow victory in some respects. So, you know, it is what it is. As far as this case goes, you know, believe her. It's a sad thing. I think she probably expected that she would be perceived as opportunistic. Mm-hmm. And if the truth kind of comes out that she was, that's really awful. You know, there are a lot of victims out there that shouldn't be doubted, especially when it comes to childhood sexual abuse. That's the worst kind.
I don't see a win here. Let me tell you, if you were to go, oh well, if it comes out she got a check, what amount of money could you possibly make? Something like this does to the psyche. You know, I can't even imagine what amount of money could make a person tell a story like this. Yeah. And then you have to think to yourself, what could possibly be happening in that person's mind that money would make them want to say it? What I can tell you is that whether something like this is true or not, something within this person is broken, right? And so I would get no pleasure pursuing this in any way, whether pursuing her because she was right or wrong. I think this is something I would rather just not touch ever.
Okay.
You know what, Shaq? We're just all gonna have to stay
Great
tuned
question.
and pray for these people. And you know what? We wish her the best.
Yeah,
that's
we
where I'm at.
got we have a special guest we have to get
Mhm.
to, and we're actually running late.
Find time to go.
Yeah, let's get on to our next. I don't want to skip Chris Brown, but I think we're gonna have to. I'll come back to Chris Brown at the end of the show, maybe.
I'll come back to Chris Brown at the
We got to talk about this FEMA stuff that's going on. Hold on, I got to get my notes. So Hurricane. Okay, aid to several communities impacted by Hurricane Helene was temporarily paused in parts of the North Carolina over the weekend due to the reports of threats against Federal Emergency Management Agency responders, amid a backdrop of misinformation about response to recent storms. Some FEMA operations were paused in Ashe County out of an abundance of caution Sunday. Ashe County Sheriff B. Phil Howell said, in quotes, this included person applications for aid in at least 2 locations due to threats occurring in some of the counties. According to the county's emergency management office, the assistance resumes on Monday. Howell urged residents to stay calm and steady during our recovery. Help folks and please don't stir the pot. On Saturday, FEMA workers had to halt their work in Rutherford County, southeast of Asheville, due to reports that National Guard troops saw armed militia threatening FEMA workers, according to Washington Post, which cited an email to federal agencies helping with the response. Verified by unnamed federal officials, it's not clear if the threat was credible, and CNN has reached out to FEMA for additional information. I know that was a lot, but I wanted to read the whole thing so we can get into this and get into it right. Darius is down there, and he has endured Milton, correct, Darius?
I went through Helene and Milton.
Okay, so talk to us about this a little bit. I know you said you had something to say about the FEMA situation. Let's do this.
So I recognize that the FEMA situation in, like, let's say the Carolinas, for example, is dire because you have a clown, a 34 convicted felon running around telling lies about the FEMA response and influencing people, which has resulted in some of the halting of the aid that people desperately need. My issue with the FEMA response, I just went through Milton. I went through Helene. I had to evacuate 3 days from my home. Milton, I just got back in my house yesterday. I went 7 days without power. And I am very dissatisfied with the federal response to FEMA in that they promised people immediate, I think $750 immediate aid. There are people that are living very close to the cuff and don't have a lot of discretionary income. There are people who were flooded out here. There were people that lost their lives. There were people that lost groceries. There were people that didn't have discretionary funding for what occurred. And to tell people that they have to wait 10 days, first of all, they're denying people a lot of time off rip. And you have to go through an appeals process, which makes the process even longer. I stayed on the phone Saturday for 3 hours to talk to somebody, only to have somebody call me back 11 o'clock later that night. And I just happened to still be up. And there were people that are certainly a lot worse off from me than I am. But there are some people that are really, really suffering right now. And I need the federal government to do better. Now, I know who the current leaders of the federal government are. And I'm not laying it at their feet overall. But what I am saying is that I'm not satisfied, and I'm not.
Okay, well, I have a question. So I guess the question is, besides FEMA, have you went to your insurance company? Like, FEMA is not the only person that you go to for help.
I've exercised all my options.
Okay, so you didn't go to your insurance company.
Yes, I've exercised all my options.
Okay.
So I haven't been very in touch with what's going on with this, because I've had a crazy week. But I know some of this is from Trump's comments. From what he said at his rallies, putting disinformation out there about FEMA, about Kamala Harris giving money to migrants, and
her name is Kamala. Why do y'all say Kamala? Her name is Kamala.
English is my second language.
You realize when they say, "Oh, that is a slight on her," they do that purposefully.
Well, that was a slight on my part, and I apologize. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Darius, is any of that due to? Do you think that's any of this fit together from the stuff that Trump
I
has said?
think a lot of the stuff that Trump and his acolytes are out here putting out definitely does not help the situation that people are in. They're out to score political points when people are hurting. And I hope that these people are really paying attention as they go to the ballot box and vote however they're going to vote. I hope that they vote their interests, and not just what they heard over the airways or Fox News.
Right.
I have a question.
Yes, Brandy.
So the issue is that people are making it hard for FEMA to come in and help.
Yeah.
I'm not. Why?
In some areas, because
What's
of this stuff.
What's the debate? Like,
Trump
what's the
has been
issue?
saying,
Because
some
Trump.
of the stuff that Trump.
Because what Trump has
Trump
said.
says stuff.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Go ahead, Darius, and then Tamar. Go ahead.
Trump says stuff, and then his people, they take what he says to heart, and then they go out and they act on the stuff that he said. Look at January 6th, for example. So he goes out, he says all this stuff about FEMA. People that support him and believe this stuff, they start threatening FEMA workers.
Okay.
Harassing FEMA
That's the part
workers.
I wasn't understanding. I'm like, why are they threatening them if they're trying to help?
And hold on, we have a special guest that's coming on in like 2 minutes. I mean, he's dying to get in here, so I don't want us to go into the Trump thing right now.
You don't want him to die.
FEMA. But Tamar, did you have anything to say about?
Yeah, I was just gonna say, like, there has been so many instances where there's people that are giving resources that are like, people are actually going to these people's houses and they're like, hey, we're trying to help you, and people are like telling people, get off my porch, because everything that they're hearing and these people are believing everything he's saying. So when these people got threatened, the man threatened FEMA and they had to close down the facility because it was so intense that they could not do their job. So that put everything back. So now people are out of funds. People are not getting the right funds that they need because FEMA is behind. When situations like this happen, you cannot get off course. You have to continue going, because when one situation happens, this is a catastrophe. Like, it happened, like, people are like, you cannot throw it off because people are going to lose out. So now the system's backed up because all these people did not get the funds, because these people, they just don't want it because they're so afraid, because they feel like they can't trust the government because the government is not for them. And I was listening to this story. This guy, his wife is here in Dallas, Texas, and he was on a podcast, and he said his dad is calling them, asking them for help, but is refusing FEMA's help because he don't trust them because of what he heard the other opponent say. So, and the man was just he was just crying. He's like, I don't know what else to do. Like, why is he listening to this man? But these people, they follow everything he say, and there's nothing you can do about it. You can't take their mindset off of what he's saying. Like, they're already set in stone.
You literally hit the nail on the coffin. You are so right. These people are psycho, and all we can do now is just go out to the polls and vote, guys. Go out and vote. That's the only change we're gonna make.
What happened? Did we lose someone?
No.
I mean, besides the guy from One Direction, no.
No. Oh, God. Okay. All right. So I want to.
Melanie's not here.
Hold on. We have Melanie, Tamar, and Katrina. They're going to go hang out backstage while we interview our guests coming in. So you guys will see you in like 20, 25 minutes. I'm going to take you out of the group, and then I want you to join back. Just come in the green room, okay? All right, so we'll see you guys in a few minutes, and we're going to bring our next guest on. So John Tay is one of our co-hosts, our guest co-hosts that we have from time to time. And hold on, I'm trying to get everyone out of here so I can get her in. And she told me the other day that her husband was interested in coming on. He is a MAGA stan. He is a Republican pundit. And so listen, you guys, I want to have I want, because it's so often now we're so polarized in our country. No one can have conversations. No one has conversations. We just yell and we listen to rebuttal. We don't listen to understand the other person. So I wanted to bring him on here. I thought it was important a couple weeks before the election to bring him on, bring her and him on together, so we can ask them questions and it's civilly. You guys, I will take you out of the room if we start bashing. All right. So we're gonna bring them on. Let me see if they're.
What if we don't have questions?
What
Are you saying bye already, Marcus?
I have a question.
What if we don't have any
Hey,
questions?
Tommy, or Uncle Ruckus, how are you? Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I had it on mute. My bad.
How are you doing?
I'm well. How are you?
We're good. So there's Marcus up there.
Uncle Ruckus is in the house.
I'm going to introduce
Hello,
everyone
Uncle
to
Ruckus.
you. Hold on. I'm going to introduce everyone to you. So there's Marcus above you. There's Natasha. Wave, Natasha. There's Brandy, Darius down there, and we have Michael and Shaq and myself. So first off, I want to ask you a question. I just want to ask you, what is your what party do you associate with, and why are you a fan of Donald Trump? Why are you voting for him next month? That's what I want to start out with, and then we'll go more. Go ahead.
Yeah,
And then I have a follow-up.
All right, cool. And I've been watching you. No, I am a fan of the Conservative Party.
Okay.
I was a Democrat. I'm 37 now. I was a Democrat when we all voted for Barack Obama because he was black.
Okay.
Did that the first time, did it the second time. Saw no change. But that's all he asked for was change. What his campaign was about. Change. Like Kamala, change.
Okay.
Black people, the community hasn't seen the change. If y'all have been paying attention on TikTok, Instagram, people that's on the street beats doing street teaming, Black people are fed up with the Democrat Party. We've been sold a lie, just like Malcolm X said. So it's time for a change for Black people, and we need to start being accountable for our decisions, which we're never accountable for. We always blame someone else, just like we were talking about FEMA. Who's in charge now? Trump or Biden and Harris?
But why are the reasons that the FEMA people are being stopped? Not because of Biden and Harris, because of Trump's comments to his supporters.
There have been Green Berets and Navy SEALs. They were there when the hurricane came up to the mountains. FEMA.
That's what they're supposed to do.
Tim Kennedy is a Green Beret. He said that they were using private people's helicopters, private people's construction equipment to remove, debris.
Okay.
FEMA was nowhere to be found.
Well, then what did you expect them to use?
Hold on. Go ahead. Let him talk. Go ahead. Go ahead. No, you go. You're our guest. Go.
If the feds knew this was happening, Trump isn't in office, so let's stop blaming him for everything. At some point, Kamala and Biden have got to be accountable. Just like she said on Brett Baer today. She said the administration needs to be accountable. She said that earlier. So if that's the case, why was she doing an interview while the hurricane was up in those mountains where poor people are? Y'all did nothing. These are poor people. Democrats say, hey, we love poor people in the middle class, right? Y'all got poor people, Black and white, dying up there. You haven't seen one rich liberal say nothing about it. George Clooney, Biden, Harris.
I have
hold on, Marcus. Hold on. Let him finish. Please let him finish. Go ahead.
They haven't said anything about it in the news. Nothing. If y'all care about poor people, Black and white, y'all could have used some of that $1 billion that she raised at the DNC. Y'all could have used some of that and flew it out there. Oh, it's Trump's fault. This is not what leaders do. I have a trucking company. If my company fails, I'm supposed to go down with it. I can't say, oh, it's the feds problem. Oh, it's the state troopers problem. Oh, it's the system's problem. It's my fault because I'm the leader of this company. No one else. So at some point, this is why liberals they're losing votes by the millions because y'all not accountable for nothing and people see it. At some point, y'all got to sit back and say, hey, we fumbled the ball on the border. We fumbled the ball with Hawaii, Florida, North Carolina, Palestine, Ohio. They fumbled the ball with that. Poor people. But Democrats, y'all not acting.
Okay, let's get some dialogue on. Marcus, what do you have to say?
Well, first of all, welcome to the show. We appreciate your view and thank you for being here. My question for you is, how do you support a man that hates Black people and never supports Black people or done anything for us? And wait, let me finish. Or he basically gaslights us. He supports the police killing us. When there were several Black deaths during the Black Lives Movement, I never heard Trump say anything that was positive besides make negative rhetoric about how people should not like each other. So you're speaking about people, they should be held accountable. They should say this, they should be more vocal. But when Trump was in office, he wasn't vocal for any Black people. So how do you feel as a Black man, like idolizing someone that hates a Black man?
First of all, we shouldn't be talking about Trump in the Black community. I live in Chicago.
Whoa. What do you mean by that? What do you mean? Explain.
He said, how can I support a racist in Trump, right?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Right. How is Trump a racist? He got NAACP awards. He's been on Oprah show time. Okay. He said Oprah should be his vice president.
Okay. That's like saying I have a white friend. Like that's not.
No. If you are a true racist or bigot, you are never going to say you want a Black woman as vice president. That would never come out of your mouth. Ever.
How did you know if you're not a true racist or bigot?
Can you give me a timeline of when he said that?
That was in the 90s. That was on the interview.
Okay.
That was on the interview with Larry.
You mean like in 1991 when he was a local celebrity and he was mingling with like the people and didn't care about politics?
Yeah, that's 1991. That's when all the Black people liked him, right?
Right, because he was a celebrity. But he still didn't like him. Even at that, he was an entertainer. Even then, he didn't do anything for African Americans. Name one thing besides the NCAAP award that he bought himself and the Oprah appearance and the Black friend that he has from the basketball team. Name one productive thing that he's done for Blacks.
He kept the migrants out the community. Here in Chicago. Here in Chicago.
The Mexicans are coming regardless.
Hold on. Please let him talk because I want to hear what he says about this because I might agree
last
with him.
3 years here in Chicago.
Okay.
79th, 75th, 71st. There's been nothing but food pantries. I've never seen this in my life, and I'm 37 years old. I've never seen this in my life until the last 3 years. Whose fault was that?
Have you ever been in another city?
And guess who's in the line with the Black people in our community? The migrants. So now you let the migrants into our community, steal our resources. You let them in the community. They getting free home not healthcare. They getting free housing, free cars. Well, it's not free.
Whoa! Let's get some paperwork with those free cars.
You said what?
I have something I would like to question.
Okay, go ahead.
The first thing that I don't want to do is disparage you for your very real and very much so earned disgust with the lack of movement in the Democratic Party. I think that the first mistake a lot of us liberals do is disparage Black people for being disgusted with the party. The party just hasn't done what needs to be done.
And you wonder why you losing.
I don't wonder, sir. I don't wonder anything. I'm gonna finish. While I identify as liberal, I tend to be more moderate, but I'm not conservative. I struggle very greatly with this idea that I should be a conservative because I do pay attention to conservative policies and I pay attention to what conservatives do. And at the end of the day, I still very much so struggle with the ideas that come along with the things that they do. And so by this I mean that yes, Trump will do things that are pleasing to us, right? Like he will talk to rappers, he will pardon black people, he will, he will listen to policies and so forth. But he is also still connected to, I'll give you a great example, right? I got into a conversation with someone about Project 2025, right? And there was all this talk about how Trump didn't write it and blah, blah, blah. Of course he didn't. I don't expect politicians to write anything. Politicians aren't writers, so we don't expect that, right? But you are directly connected to it, right? And the people who are writing these things, they want to work for you. They want to be in your orbit. They are indirectly or directly connected to you somehow, some way, right? That's how it works, right? People who do write things, who do want to implement things, want to be connected to you so that they can use your influence, so that they can get the things that they believe in off the ground. So using this mentality, all right, politicians are connected to policies, and using this mentality, Trump is connected to Project 2025. Never mind the fact that he didn't write it, right? So when I look at things like that, Trump is directly connected to a lot of things, right? When we look at things like that, there are connections there, right? And these things bother me. It bothers me to hear him talking about Haitians on TV, right? Because
why?
Because
why doesn't it bother you?
Right.
But why doesn't it bother you that he's talking about
because we got migrants taking Americans' funding. That's why.
Well, what have the migrants taken from you? What did they take from you personally? Because you seem very offended.
I don't care if you white, black, brown, or yellow.
What did the migrants? Did they take one of your jobs? What did they take from you?
Racism does not exist. Racism exists whether you are
Black
American
or
not American.
Well, let me jump in here.
That's not my question. Here's my question.
Okay, go ahead.
Here's my question. When I hear black people going crazy for Trump, I wonder, is your support directly for Trump, or is your Trump?
What policy?
Is your support for Trump, or is your support for him a direct rejection of Democratic policies? So what I'm saying is, if you had a candidate, right, that was anti-Biden, would you support that candidate instead of Trump? Because what I can't figure out is are people like you supporting Trump because you believe in Trump, or are you supporting Trump because you don't believe in Biden? That is what
I believe in the value system. I believe in conservative value systems. I'm a naturally conservative person.
Well, I mean, using that mentality, most black people are naturally conservative, right?
Trump is not
a lot of black
conservative.
people are conservative. A lot of black people are pretty high on the conservative scale. I mean, if you
don't vote for the value system, you're not conservative.
I'm sorry. I have a problem. I have a problem when I hear conservative, because oftentimes conservative policies didn't benefit people that look like all of us on here.
Well,
so that's the first thing.
That's why we ultimately don't end up voting conservative.
Hold on, Shaq. Let Darius go ahead.
I do recognize that the Democratic Party, as well as the Republican Party, neither one of these parties have really done right by us.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
you won't do right by yourself.
Hold up, sir. Let me finish. It's always about us picking the lesser of two evils. Now, this is just Darius speaking. I'm not voting for a man who clearly is showing signs of dementia, who is an openly fascist, racist. This man is nonsensical. He has no clear policy. He can't even answer questions. He stood up on the stage the other day and played music for 39 minutes. He can't answer questions about policy. Hold up, I'm still talking. This man is inept to be president. Yeah. He is not fit to be president. He is a 34 convicted felon. Name a black man or any man, period, if their name wasn't Donald Trump, who could run for president of the United States with 34 felonies. Let's talk about if he can run for president with 34 felons, every felon in this country should be able to vote.
That's what I'm saying. It's like, do you support?
Let's talk about that. Let's have that conversation.
I don't get it.
Let's talk about the fact
the migrants are coming. Hello.
Yeah. Let's talk about the fact this man has set up. He and his running mate have set up an openly stoked racism, fear mongering, and lies. Blatant lies.
You sound just like CNN, G. You really do.
I sound like CNN, MSNBC, and you sound like Fox News.
I know.
Okay. So clearly I know what you watch, but hold on, let me finish my point. I'm gonna tell you like
you
this.
don't want to vote for Biden.
Yeah, vote for who you want to vote for.
Trump.
But why you stand in your conservative values, and when they implement Project 2025 and they take away protections, because guess what? He wants your support while he running, but once he get it, he'll give a damn about you.
Yeah, originalism
he gonna
make you slightly nervous
for him and his rich friends, and that's not gonna trickle down to you and your household.
Yeah, but obviously the more important cause here is the migrants taking all the jobs in Chicago.
Oh, the black jobs. You mean the black jobs? I'm still
trying to get
what job did he take?
Hold on. Okay, this is the thing. So hold on.
Oh, I gotta go back to the felony crap.
I can agree with him. So there's some things we said last week. Remember when I said I wish Trump wasn't such a clown because I think he would get some stuff done. Okay,
yeah, I
agree.
I agree.
There are clear problems with this migrant situation here. I'll agree with him. I'm here in Chicago as well. They come into, I don't want to say they. The situation is that they're getting rent. They're coming into.
You know why that's such a problem though?
Why?
You know why that's such a problem though?
Why?
Because you have Republican governors like Governor Hot Wheels down there in Texas who was shipping the miners to Chicago and other cities. So while y'all complaining about the migrants getting there, guess how a lot of them got there? They got there by Republican governors.
And I believe that. And it's Republican games that should not be being played.
Stop it. Hold on.
Go ahead.
We got 1, 2, 3. We got 9 like minds against one of me. So
we're not all like-minded. We're not. We're
all different. I promise you we are.
Okay, go ahead. You were talking about Hot Wheels, right? That is a funny name. That's just
Governor Hot Wheels, yeah.
Right. Okay. So Pritzker, Brandon Johnson, Bernie Sanders. Brandon Johnson loves Bernie Sanders, right? Okay. So you got Pritzker and Brandon Johnson. They both said that this state and this city will be a sanctuary state. What does that mean, you guys?
That they're going to be safe and protected.
Who's they?
I guess the migrants that you hate.
Okay, so if Pritzker and Brandon Johnson said that migrants here is safe, Brandon Johnson said it out of his own mouth. We're going to protect the migrants. We're going to give them whatever they want. Never mind.
Isn't this the United States of America?
Hold on. We're talking about this. We're talking about Chicago and every other liberal city that said that they're sanctuary.
But Chicago's in the United States. Isn't this the land of the free to give people opportunity to people come and try to have a life, to try to live for something that they didn't? It's not? That's not what America's for?
Not if you're of color.
You do it legally. You don't come over here.
You know how America came about, right?
Brandy, what did you say? Hold on.
We.
I said not if you're of color.
Okay.
They always just get to the point.
Keep in mind, a lot of us weren't brought here legally.
We
let them talk, guys.
Yeah. So if Brandon Johnson and Pritzker said that this is a safe place for migrants, Hot Wheels should have been doing this for the past decade. Let's put your money where your mouth is. Texas is not a sanctuary state. They not. So we gonna
okay, Uncle Ruckus, but is it fair? Can I ask you a question? Is it fair to play political games with people? You know, I agree with you on the migrant situation, but is it fair for these governors to be playing these political games, shipping them from one place to another? How would you feel if you were in their shoes, being shipped from here to here to here to here, all because it's political? It's not like they really care.
It's not political. If you say that you are a sanctuary state in a sanctuary city, you need to do what you're supposed to do. Take care of everyone. That's your job. That's what you signed the policy for. We're a sanctuary state. We're a sanctuary city. Hot Wheels said, okay, we're not a sanctuary state. We don't want to take care of them. So we're going to ship them to New York, Cali, Illinois, so that you guys can take care of them. That's called being accountable.
Okay. Well, I don't want to get you off subject because I want you to learn from you. We want to ask you some more questions. So what are your thoughts on the January 6th situation?
Black people should have been up in January 6th.
I know I saw you there.
Okay,
I knew I saw you there.
Okay,
They said we was there. Remember, they said
that
it was Antifa. It was a Black Lives
Hold
Matter
on.
movement. That's what Fox News
It
said.
was a sprinkle. It was a sprinkle.
Let me say this.
Tamar has a question. Go ahead.
Why should Black people have been there? Because what I just saw at a Trump rally is a Black man get his ass beat. He got jumped.
Okay, one.
But let me say
that would have been you at that rally.
Name one. You name one. That's all you got. This Democrat.
Okay, but in all fairness, you're not going to see a lot of us going to those rallies because
to begin with,
we're going to get beat up. No,
why not?
Yes, you do.
But you said that we should have been there. So what in this situation?
Oh, you should have been there.
A good reason for us. For me,
I would really like the question. I would really like you to answer. What do you think about his responsibility in January 6th?
Yeah,
he was president.
We already said we're gonna peacefully protest up at the Capitol. That's what he said. That's why he hasn't been indicted for insurrection. No.
Okay, so what about hanging John Pence and all that? What do you think that's appropriate?
Pence is a coward. He should have done something about it. He knew what
But
happened.
you are such a hypocrite. You're literally just went against your own party.
And on
That's
top
some bullshit.
And on top of that, like I said, black people should have been at January 6th too, because now
we shouldn't.
No, because now Black people have been crying for reparations for a century, right? Who's getting your reparations right now?
What you mean crying? What you mean crying? So you mean to tell me our ancestors who were brought here against their will, who died and built this country and built up the wealth of this country, that we're crying about something?
That's my point. If you've been crying about reparations for 100
no, that's
years,
not crying. That's rightful retribution.
Can I ask you a question?
You ain't been no slave.
Can I ask one question?
Hold on.
Your reparations is your grandma.
Oh no.
Let me ask.
Guess what?
Oh, no.
The system of white supremacy in this country has affected everybody in this country down to this day.
White supremacy. This is.
Guess what? America owe all of us for what they did to our ancestors.
Y'all don't let me finish the January.
I need the correlation between reparations and January 6th because
I would like it to be linked.
I was trying to get
so
Let him talk, guys. Let's hit January 6th. Go ahead, Uncle Ruckus. Why was January 6th so important? Go.
Okay, so if Black people have been crying about reparations, y'all have been crying about police brutality, y'all been crying about affirmative action and DEI, you should have been at January 6th fighting for what you have been believing in instead of walking up and down the street crying for 3 years. The white people know not to take y'all serious because that's all y'all gonna do. Y'all gonna cry up and walk up and down the street and cry for 3 or 4 days. You're gonna start dwindling away and then everything goes back to normal. But if Black people stood for something and they stormed that damn Capitol, something might get done. But
are you proposing that if we had
we did stand for something when we voted, when we had an election?
Okay, hold on. Hey, you guys, hold on. We got to get through this because I have certain questions I want to ask you. So, after taking credit for overturning Roe versus Wade and taking away women's reproductive rights, he has flip-flopped now his position on abortion, saying years ago that he was very pro-choice, then later as presidential candidate, claiming women who get abortions should be punished. Last month, he gave 2 different answers within 24 hours regarding Florida's 6-week abortion ban. Can you clarify what his position is, whether you support a national abortion ban or not?
Now, I have a daughter.
Mm-hmm.
Now, this is the only thing, one of the only issues. There's a couple of issues that I'm against on the conservative side, and one is abortion.
Mm-hmm. 2 different answers
for the. I'm sorry, what was that?
Go ahead. No, go ahead. You are our guest. Go ahead.
So maybe for the past 8 to 10 months, he's been on the 15-week side. Yes, he has flopped. Yes, he's flip-flopped on being pro-choice. I give you that. And I'm man enough to say, hey, he flip-flopped. So he's been on the 15-week ban for at least 8 months, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
at some point, like every other Western country, we've said, hey, 15 weeks is the limit, 20 weeks is the limit. Liberals have not yet named a week. They haven't. They've asked Kamala this 10 times, and nobody will hold her accountable. What does she always say? We need the protections of Roe v. Wade. Women, that's not what I asked you. I asked you a week.
I mean, you're kind of answering like her.
Okay. Melanie, do you have a question or no?
I'm sorry. Why is it so hard to pronounce this woman's name correctly? It is not Kamala. Her name is
I don't
Kamala.
respect her. Sorry.
What is it?
I don't respect her.
Oh, so you don't respect her? Why don't you respect
I
her?
don't.
I want to say this.
Because
why? Why don't you respect her?
Hold on, Tamar.
Because she
Let
what?
them do this. Let me get this out.
Because she what?
Let's stay on the abortion. So
no, I want you to answer my question. Why don't you respect Kamala?
We got to get done with the abortion, bro. I'll get there.
So, no, I want you to answer my question. Why don't you respect Kamala?
He could answer that once he's answered the abortion question. Considering
he sounds like a lot of other people. He sounds just like Donald Trump. They can't ever answer a question.
But he has.
Do you want me to answer the abortion, or do you want me to answer that? Which one?
You guys, I don't want this.
Answer my question.
Oh.
I don't respect Kamala Harris because she's not black. For one, how you gonna say you black? Right?
Donald Trump is not black.
See, if
he blacker than him,
autism. See, if how you gonna say you
put that out there? You said you don't respect her because she's not black. Her father is black, so that makes her black.
He ain't black either. Oh, he's not fully black.
But you respect him. You respect that man who is an open racist and a fascist.
Dude,
fascist.
You gotta come with some more stuff.
You respect him though,
because you're racist too.
I'm not racist because racism is about power.
Be racist. We
I'm not racist. Racism is about power.
Okay, guys, let me. I can't
be racist.
Okay,
I can be biased, but I can't be racist.
Okay, let's get back.
Hold on. I don't want this to turn personal. We are talking to each other.
No, it's not personal.
No, it ain't personal.
But I know. I just want us to talk to each other because, like I said,
I'm sorry. You know me, Ashley. I call out the bullshit when I hear it.
I know you do.
For the past 10, 15 minutes.
I have a question, guys.
Okay, hold on. I'm going to shut the computer in a few minutes. I'm going to shut it down. You guys, I want us to listen to each other. Many times we listen to rebuttal. We don't listen to each other. So I want us to listen, let him answer, and then Melanie or Tamar or whoever, okay? I want you to answer the Roe versus Wade question.
Okay, so I'm hovering. I think 15 weeks is a little too late. I'm hovering maybe 12 weeks. 15 to 16 weeks is pushing it. 20 weeks and above, no way. That's horrific what they do to in an abortion process.
Okay, have a follow-up question for you. Yes, Brandy, go ahead.
Why is that anybody's business except whoever's dealing with it? Why is that such a big topic? Why is that a main topic? I think we have way bigger fish to fry than worried about when somebody aborts their baby.
Well, it's a big topic because we got women that's only voting on one issue when there's 10 other more important issues. So yeah, you're right. We got more important issues to be voting for, not just abortion. And you're gonna have millions of women just saying, "Oh, abortion."
My question is,
Uncle Ruckus, you're literally doing what you just said. You're only voting for Trump because of one reason.
10 reasons, not one. 10 reasons I'm voting for him, not one.
You said
that there's several women are only. So you said women are only voting on one issue, which is the issue of abortion or the issue of being pro-life, right?
Yes.
As a woman, I cannot speak for all women, but it wouldn't be based on an issue that is only related to, guess what? My body, right? You as a man, I don't see your point or your fidelity within coming in and saying, I feel this many weeks are good enough. And here's why. 9 out of 10 times, as a woman, you may be like, I missed my cycle, but not attributing it to pregnancy, attributing it to a plethora of other issues that we have to constantly deal with, like PCOS, like hormonal imbalance, like taking the pill and then getting off of it because we want to make our boyfriends happy, or whatever the plethora of reasons are. So when you sit there and you say, well, I feel like this many weeks are valid, you are making a point that's very irrelevant when it comes to me deciding on how I should proceed with my choices with my body. You, a man, sir, cannot sit here and be like, oh, well, this is the validity of, oh, well, this many times. Like, I get it. Once a fetus become a certain part, yes. But at what point, if a woman is in a situation where it is written that she needs to receive the medical help that she needs, and it does require terminating that pregnancy, what happens there?
Yeah.
Not only to talk about that, there's several points that you've made that I've been able to listen to and not necessarily get to, and we don't want to like hold you up forever. But my thing is, as a Black man, and I understand your freedom of choice and your power of discernment to choose whomever you choose, and this is why we're here. However, when you sit here and you say that you don't respect people based on their color, I am very confused as to which line you're standing on as a Black man. How can I lead when how can you lead when you're sitting here saying that I don't respect somebody based on their skin color, but then there's other points that you made that invalidates just what you said.
I don't respect people who not gonna stand their ground and say, hey, this is what I am.
Okay. That also brings to this point, sir.
This is why I don't respect Kamala Harris.
Okay. And
go ahead.
And this also brings to my point when you made, I voted for these people for this reasons or whatever the case may be. Not one time have you stated a policy versus reasoning. And there's nothing wrong with you reasoning, but let's stick on your policies that you're saying that is so pro whatever the choices that you're making. What are these policies that are so solidifying you within your business, saying, oh, well, if something happens, I'm responsible. Yes, you're responsible because you're the CEO, you're the leader, X, Y, and Z. You're supposed to be responsible. However, the people that you've delegated to also run this are responsible and should be held accountable. So when you say we're accepting accountability, or we should have all been there for the January 6th insurrections, I felt like you are just only speaking on your point of view and not just for everyone as a whole, because Black people as a whole couldn't have been out there to that rally because we had to work. Let's be honest. The type
are we on abortion or January 6th? We going all over the place. Are we on the abortion topic?
I'm touching on all of your points. I think that's where you're missing it.
We would have never been allowed to storm that Capitol. We would have never been allowed.
Since we weren't talking about abortion.
Hold on. Let him go. Go ahead.
Since we weren't talking about abortion, and abortion is more than just about termination of fetus. Let's talk about a Black woman from Georgia. I think her name was Amber Thurman. Who had to go?
Her parents
had to leave her state and try to go get an abortion.
He doesn't care about Black people.
Come back to Georgia and die because they delayed and gave her the treatment she needed.
Stop talking about my daughter. That's what her parents just said a couple of days ago. But back to Melanie about the abortion thing. It takes two to tango. So if this is 50-50 with man and woman, I should have every right to keep my daughter, to keep my son alive.
Mm-hmm.
And this is why y'all losing Black men.
Okay, hold on.
Nothing to do with Black men.
First of all, I ain't never lost a Black man. Continue.
I
ain't never lost a Black man.
Hold on. What you mean?
Okay.
Mama's baby, Papa's baby. Yes, both of us is here making baby, but that don't mean both of us is finna be parents.
Who specifically are losing Black?
Is the Democrat Party losing the Black male vote? Yes or no?
That's an everybody thing.
I disagree. First of all, I highly disagree with
something going on. Hold on. Something going on.
I think it's very important.
Hold on.
You're glitching. But while you're glitching, let me just say it's very important that we also say, guys. that the black vote is still primarily with the Democratic Party. Are they losing some votes? Sure. Everybody's losing something. But black males do still primarily vote Democratic. So it's not like they're hemorrhaging black males, right? So the black males are still that vote. What the black males that vote are still very firmly voting along black male party lines with black women. So it's not all of them, but there are some who are dissatisfied. And I do think that it's important for us to know that you're not wrong to feel the way you feel. I think that the point we're all making isn't that you are out of line with being dissatisfied. What we can't piece together is why your dissatisfaction has led you to Trump. That is the part that doesn't make sense. We're not saying that you should
it
be
ain't
satisfied with Biden.
It's not Trump for him.
Yeah,
Brandy, hold on. Let Brandy go. Hold on.
I agree. The Democrats probably have dropped the ball and have not done all that they are supposed to do to help black and whites, rich or poor. They haven't done all they're supposed to do to support America. But I also feel like they're not going out of their way to go against us either. They're not going out of their way to make it any harder. They're not going out of their way to put certain laws in place to discriminate against, you know what I'm saying?
What you mean they're not doing stuff to make things right with black people? Your utilities are higher, your gas prices are higher, your food prices are higher, your taxes is going to go up.
That's going to happen anyway. That's happened throughout the history of the United States anyway.
Inflation
always going to go up. There's always going to be some sort of inflation.
Guys, the National Treasury Union just endorsed Kamala Harris. If who in their right mind wants an endorsement from the IRS? That is like the dumbest shit I've ever heard in my life.
Why would you want an endorsement, though? I'm just asking. I'm just curious. To your point, I'm asking you, why wouldn't she want an endorsement from the IRS? Just can you explain that?
Because black people can't afford to pay no more taxes than they already paying. Come on, y'all.
Well, you think Trump is going to change that?
But isn't Trump trying to still give more tax breaks to billionaires?
Tariffs are nothing but taxes, right?
We just Lord with every class. It just wasn't with millionaires. And two, I have a little bit of money. My cousin.
So you're getting a tax break? Is that?
You don't want to pay no taxes.
Okay, Uncle Ruckus, I want to get this out.
A system where you don't know where the money's going. Come on, y'all.
Ruckus, I want to get to some other questions that are very important to me.
You don't know where your tax dollars is going?
that I wanted to bring you on for, because I want to get your opinion. As you know, I am a gay black man.
You are. And take it, Ashley.
Now we have marriage equality. Okay. Trump and his Supreme Court has promised us that they're coming for marriage equality. So now I'm in a situation with my boyfriend I've been with for almost 7 years. We have to either rush to get married or maybe down the line not be able to have the same rights as everyone else. So what is your opinion on that?
This is the libertarian side of me. I don't care what you do. Just don't teach it to kids. If you over 18, 21, do what you like. Don't teach the shit to kids. That's
what to kids.
Okay, so hold on. You're going somewhere that I'm gonna get to. We're gonna get to the trans.
If I were president, I don't care what you do.
I'm so confused. Teach what to kids? I'm really confused. What do you mean by
the agenda?
No. Wait a minute. No, Ashleigh said that marriage equality might not happen because of the man that you support. You said that you don't care because that part of you is liberal, as long as
libertarian.
Let me finish.
Ain't nothing liberal about me.
Okay, can I finish? Thank you. You said that they, being the gay people, as long as they don't teach the kids, what are we not teaching the kids? I'm just so confused as to, are we teaching kids to be gay, or what are you trying to say by that?
Yeah, it's in education. My governor Prisser donated $30-40 million to teach trans ed in school.
Now that's unacceptable.
That's wrong.
I agree.
That's unacceptable.
Why is that wrong?
I'm saying.
That's
You can do
unacceptable.
as you
Why is
like.
that wrong?
It is.
Leave
It
the
is.
kids alone.
I think that should be like
perversion.
something in middle
Do
school.
you not recognize that all people are not the same? You're gonna have kids that are gonna recognize at an early age that they feel differently,
Okay.
that they love differently, that they relate differently.
Go tell it. Get it. Go
That
tell
is
a kid to
definitely a
get a
child
gun.
supporter.
So
Okay, but Derek-
this is why we have kids committing
Go tell it, get it.
suicide.
Just
This
go.
is why we have kids
Yes.
that go out and get into all kinds of things later in life because they don't have safe spaces. They can't go to school and feel safe.
Women
they may
don't
not
have
feel
safe
safe at
spaces.
home.
Okay, but Darius,
Huh?
Women
Darius,
don't
hold
have
on,
safe
hold on, Darius. I knew at an early age. I knew in first grade.
Democrats say they love women.
Hold on, Ruckus. Hold on,
Democrats say
Ruckus. Hold on. I knew at a very early age I was gay. I knew I was different from all the other boys in my class. But still, I don't think it would be appropriate for me to be learning. I think they need all the kids need to be
See, this is
taught.
my problem when you say learning because I don't think anybody is teaching people how to be
Yeah.
gay.
I've
never seen anybody teach anybody
No,
how to be
I don't
gay.
think anybody's teaching anyone to be
He
gay. But
said
I
learning.
think
He said
that's
don't
what
teach that
Ruckus
to the kids.
insinuated.
That's what he said.
That's what he
He
insinuated.
said learning.
Video clip.
No, I don't
No,
want your
thanks.
video clip because I frankly
You don't
be
wanna
right,
see
sir.
the
I
proof?
don't believe much of anything you said tonight.
Your video
So I don't
clip-
need
your
that
video
from
clip
you.
doesn't matter.
Okay. So
Okay.
I don't believe much of
Teaching in
anything you
schools
said
is wrong.
tonight, so I don't need that from you.
hold on. Let's jump to the comments.
Yeah.
Katrina
Y'all
said
not,
this-
y'all not keeping
Hold
kids,
on.
You're not keeping women safe.
Okay, hold on. Let's jump to the comments. Katrina said the school systems are now teaching the kids, and she doesn't like that. I don't know. Don't teach my son. My son can talk to me as a safe space. That's very true. Now, Darius,
And you know
what's
what?
your rebuttal to that?
Is that true for every child?
No, it's not, because some parents
Because every
don't.
child has a lawyer.
And because it's not true for every child, I'm not saying that there needs to be a gay course in school. What I'm saying is that we have different types of people in this world.
Yes.
And
look,
and let's talk about kids, for example. Kids, no matter who you love, how you identify, should feel safe in certain spaces. That's all I'm saying.
Identify.
And this whole
I mean,
because guess what?
Ruckus,
Ashley
here's the thing.
just said when he was in the first grade, he knew he was gay. He identified as a first grader as a gay boy. He identified.
But Ruckus, here's the thing. I didn't know any real gay person until I was 18 years old, like a legitimate gay person. So I was always gay. I didn't see it from this person or from that. So I just feel like you went a little extra with you're teaching them to be gay. No one's teaching them to be anything. You're going to be what you're going to be regardless, because that's what God made you. Like, no one's making you be some type of way. Like, no one's, you know what I mean? That's how they were born. But I understand where you're coming from because your mentality is a little different where, like, you're a Trump supporter, so you're crazy. So I get it.
You wonder why you guys are losing votes.
Let's not call names.
You get this.
I call every Trump supporter crazy. Just like Kamala is not black.
And y'all wonder why.
Can I ask a question?
So
yes. Who wants to ask a question? Go ahead,
Me. Let me ask you this.
What is that?
What is the one policy that Trump is implementing that you feel is going to be beneficial for you and your household?
I can name about 5, but you want the most.
Just name one.
Just one.
Keep getting trans education out of schools to protect my daughter.
Because your daughter's gonna wake up one day and say, "Oh, Daddy, I'm a man."
Is your daughter trans?
No, I don't want the percentages to go up for boys to go into her bathroom, her safe space, for her to get raped. Because if that were to happen, we done.
You know what, guys?
You do realize that. You do realize that people that.
Let's go here.
I thought you was finna win.
Trans girls and trans women don't want girls.
Okay,
well,
here's the thing, guys. What Ruckus is trying to say in this instance, guys, what he's trying to say is kids should not have to be learning about that. They need to be playing basketball. They need to go. There's a time and place for everything. There should not be a class for trans. I'm sorry.
Okay, yeah,
there should not be a trans youth class in elementary school.
Okay, so no one's listening to anyone right now because everyone's trying to talk.
I'm sorry. I was waiting on the meat and potatoes, and then he said the bathrooms, and you just.
Well, no, I agree with him.
That's the problem that I hate. That you have people You have people that really believe that gay people are all child molesters, or if you're a trans person, that you're a child molester, that you're trying to hurt kids.
Have you not?
You have people
But
that
Darius,
really believe
as a
that.
parent, you're gonna think.
Excuse me.
Ruckus,
Have you been to a pride event?
Yes, I'm on a pride board.
He plans prides. That's what he
Pride
does.
events that I've seen, men have their dicks out, women have their titties out, and there are little babies out there. That's pedophilia. Period. That should
Now,
not
I will say this. I will agree with you in this instance. I don't
And if
believe
Trump was there, he'll be
that
grabbing him by the
men should
pussy.
have their gender, and
And-
women should have their genitals out
And
in
I was
public.
doing that with no money.
But what I disagree,
I was doing that
with you on,
Come on,
because you made this assertion in your statement that trans kids, and I'm going to take it to mean also anybody that identifies as anything other than heterosexual, that they're sexual deviants, that they're out to rape girls, and that's just not true.
But that's not the message that he was saying. What he's saying is, as a parent, you want to make sure that your child is protected. And
I get
safe.
that too. As a parent, you do want to. I get that. I get that. But
I feel
he
there's a
also
time and
has
place
this
to teach
assumption.
education.
He also has this
Elementary
assumption
school is
that
not
if
a
somebody
place for
that if a kid learns about trans people in school, that they're going to possibly go into a bathroom with somebody who may identify as trans
why should
or
that
have
be a
learned
subject
something
in
about
school
trans people
anyways?
and get sexually assaulted.
But why should that be a subject in
increasing
school
the
anyway?
chances, man. You
I agree that that's inappropriate, but
There should not be a subject about
again,
trans
still,
in
to me,
elementary.
there's still bigger fish to fry.
If Kamala
That's still
Harris is
small.
a woman and she running on a campaign talking about something, I want to protect women. How come you can't protect little girls?
But that's not what Kamala Harris
But that's
didn't
not what-
say that. Trump said that. He said he's a savior of women. But let's
He
go.
is. If
Okay,
he
let me say this real
That man ain't
fast.
saved nothing but his
Let me
hands.
say this real fast. If Trump's a savior, why is he making all these derogatory statements about women? It's like saying he's gonna grab them by the pee and all the things.
I've done it. I've done it with no money. Imagine if I was a
president. We're not
Locker room talk.
Give it away.
Your name
You
is
didn't
not on
give
the
it away to
ballot.
those who got money.
But-
Come on, y'all, cut it
But
out.
you're not running for president.
Your name's not on the ballot.
But do
Yeah.
you see?
Not the same.
Y'all don't see the shift that people are getting tired of PC talk. Y'all don't see the shift.
We do.
Okay, thank you. Who's ever in charge of the Democrat public relation campaign, they should all be fired.
Okay.
Do you not
And
also
what about
Ask you this.
Republican
Hold
campaign?
on. Let's get this going because it's 9:00 and I got to go to sleep.
We can talk
That
about
is
it for
10
5 hours.
So, question. So, Ruckus,
Yeah.
recently in a social media post, Trump pledged to prosecute lawyers, political operatives, donors, illegal voters, and corrupt elected
he's gonna-
officials. Hold on, if he's elected. He previously called prosecuting President Joe Biden, executing his former chairman of Joint Chiefs of Staff, Mike Miley, and jailing former Rep. Liz Cheney and other members of the January 6th committee. If elected, do you think he should go through with these threats and or go
Yeah.
after his political enemies?
Hell yeah.
Why?
See this I know Trump ain't that bad of a person. When he was saying lock Hillary up, and he had half the country saying lock Hillary up with the emails, which he lied about.
She got locked up.
You said what?
But she didn't get locked up. He got locked
That's
up,
my point.
actually.
That's my point. So if Trump was really that bad and he was really this crazy dictator, why didn't he go forward with messing Hillary up? He said,
He
no,
couldn't.
all right, I'm gonna leave Hillary
He had
alone.
no-
Election.
No,
I'm gonna leave.
it's not that he left Hillary alone.
They didn't
There's
have a
nothing he
legal
could do.
standing. He didn't
But he
have
had
a
no
legal
legal
standing.
standing.
You said what?
Trump is
He
all
didn't have a
Sherlock
legal
Pony.
standing.
He had nothing on Hillary.
His own Department of Justice said they
Oh,
could not
James
prosecute
Comey
her.
says- James Comey said that she lied. Come on,
No,
y'all.
James Comey cleared her. Are you kidding me? Did you read the Comey?
That she lied.
No.
That came out of his
Okay.
mouth.
Okay,
No.
hold on.
She
Let's
lied.
get
Well,
through
Fox News
this.
is dubbing stuff.
Okay, let's get through this. Ruckus. Trump has used faulty claims and statistics to criticize Biden and Harris for not doing more about the border. But he himself asked Republican officials to kill a bipartisan bill negotiated by conservative Republicans that included the toughest immigration reforms, then said, "Blame me." Why did he kill the bill?
So what was in the bill? what was in the bill was that they were still going to allow 1.5 million migrants a year to cross the border. So
Hey,
that's
Ruckus, what happened to the wall?
And two, why did it take 3 years to pass said bill? Why didn't you do that initially? Why did you get rid of 90 executive orders from Trump that, by the way, only allowed 2 million passings? Kamala allowed 10 million passings, and that's not even accounting the gotaways that they can't find. They're saying that's another estimated 8 million people. So now we're talking about 18 to 20 million people that crossed under your administration. You just said on Brett Baer, the administration needs to be held accountable. That's when Brett Baer asked, hey, why did you get rid of the 90 executive orders? Then Kamala says, we're trying to fix the solution. Hey, retard, you already had a solution. You got rid of it. You allowed 20 million to pass.
Well, you know what, Ruckus? Melvin from the comments said this young man is highly inaccurate in his opinions and information. LOL. Where's John find him? We found him because he's one of our dear friends, hosts, and we appreciate your opinion. And keep going.
Okay, so that's why he said kill the bill. Because the bill was.
Yeah, but what happened to the law?
1.5 million people to cross the border every year. And we all know why y'all want migrants to cross the border, because they know that black people ain't turning out to vote like they used to. They know that black people ain't having kids because you want to abort them, and they need to find
a serious question, Ruckus.
That's
why
Mexican
took your job.
Migrants to come in.
I think birth control rates are way higher than abortion rates.
You guys, wait, I have a question.
Wait, what'd you say about the birth rate?
No, Ruckus,
I said I think birth control rates are much higher than abortion rates.
Y'all,
which I think more people are preventing pregnancy than
migrant labor is a vital component of our economy.
Do you know why the birth rate is going down? You know why? Because Big Pharma is making a lot of money on birth control. Let's start there.
Let's blame someone else. Let's blame.
No, it's not to blame someone else. Can we talk about 1995?
It leads back to money. It's always about money.
1995 to 2005. We can use that as just a little snippet in these years. Between 1995 to 2005, the birth control rate has skyrocketed. Girls that are starting to use birth control from 12 years old on up. So your little daughter could be a part of that group. Let's start there. The second thing is, you're saying that, oh, you know what? Pass.
Listen, guys. First of all, family planning is a thing right now. All right, it's gonna stay a thing. Young people aren't.
It's always been a thing.
Young people can't afford big families.
Okay, so let's wind this up. I have another question for you.
It's against God's law.
Tonight, all these kids.
Hold on, it's against law tonight.
Whoa!
It won't be Trump.
Hold on.
Did you just bring God into this?
That's what I said. Whoa.
Did you just bring the Savior into this?
Okay, go ahead. Let him finish, because don't play with God now.
It's against God's law for us not to bring life into this world. It is. And
let us choose if we go to hell or not. Why is it any other person's decision to decide if I'm going to hell for aborting my child?
Sometimes we just have to stop.
Oh, no. I want this question answered. Brandy, repeat what you just said. Repeat what you said.
If that's the choice I'm making, and it's against God's will, how's it anybody else's decision to decide when and how I plan to go to hell?
Hello.
Wait, say that again, because he was
aborted my child. If that's what's sending me to hell, that's my decision.
You're right, it is. You're going to do
my decision if I want to go to hell. Why are you so concerned about where I'm ending up?
Yeah, because I thought,
why are you judging?
No. I'm not concerned where you're
not you personally. I'm just saying, why do anybody, if it's against God's will,
society has
if I'm going to go to hell, because everybody has their own shit that they do. Nobody's perfect. So if I'm going to abort this baby and my punishment is going to hell.
Why is that on your mind so much? Why is that on your mind so much?
It's on your mind. I'm a woman. On your mind. It's on your mind. You're the one speaking on women and abortions and children. What?
It should be on everyone's mind to protect life.
To decide if they want to go to hell or not. To decide if they want to go to hell or not. That's not anybody else's decision.
I have a question.
You're right, and you're gonna be
I
judged.
have a question.
Let Latasha ask her question. Go ahead.
I have a question. So you talked a lot about self-accountability and that Black people don't like to take accountability. So when they are taking accountability,
because it's always Trump's fault.
Okay, that's cool. But when we are taking accountability by using birth control, I, for one, am married. I do have one child, and I had her in my mid-30s. Why? Because I took self-accountability and did not have children until I was ready. So please explain to me how that correlates to abortions when it is a proven fact that much more people are using birth control and being much more proactive regarding their reproduction instead of just having all these kids or just continuously getting pregnant and having an abortion. They're actually being proactive with it and just not getting pregnant at all. So I just kind of need the correlation with that one.
And if I'm going to hell for it, let me.
But we're not even getting to the point of going to hell because
I'm still stuck
we're
on
not even
that.
having we're not having nearly as many abortions as we are actually preventing these pregnancies. Like that is a proven fact.
Every year,
you know what?
Every year,
I let people decide what they want to do. I think it's everybody's decision.
Every year, there's been from 800 to 1 million abortions a year. Y'all mean to tell me that's not
How do you know?
wrong?
So how do you know that that's the number?
I want to say this.
That's a
I want
large.
to say this.
What am I to morally judge anyone?
Hold on.
Hold on. I'm gonna say this, and I don't have nothing else to say after this.
But y'all want
I respect
the kids.
I respect the right of everybody to believe what they want to believe, but the problem I have with some of y'all fake Christians is y'all want to do God's job. God didn't commission nobody down here to pass judgment. He did say spread his love in his word. Hold up, I'm not finished. Hold up, I'm not finished. No, I'm not wrong, and I'm not finished. Don't interrupt me. You gonna see the other Christian. Okay, but God don't need us to do his job. Now, however you believe is how you believe. But God don't need none of us to do his job for him. He's qualified. That's all I have to say about that.
None of us have a heaven or hell to put anyone in.
And who are
but
you
that
to
seems to be
decide
what
that,
some people want to do.
And who are we to decide that everybody should believe in God anyway?
And if I'm going to hell, it's my choice.
Uncle Ruckus, Gab, I got through. You can come get him.
Totally right. But this country is built on what?
No.
Was it really?
It is built on white. It is
Slave labor.
You want to go there? You want to talk about that?
We don't want to go there. We don't.
Slave labor.
You do not want to go there.
Other things before, other commandments and other rules we break in outside of that as a country.
I mean, everyone's breaking a commandment. Like everyone's having sex before marriage. Y'all had sex before marriage, so there's no here or there.
Cohabitating.
People are picking and choosing what. People are picking and choosing what's. Oh my God! So this, so that. So everyone just.
It's Marcus. It's simple.
Right, Marcus.
Hold on. Sin is sin. If I'm sucking dick and you lying to your wife, we both going to hell. So
No, there.
You can't shake your head. No. You can't shake your head. No, you can't choose which sin you want to choose today.
Some sin is more than others.
No.
Your Bible
What Bible you read?
Ruckus Trump.
Get your Bible out. Don't be in the Bible where it say that.
In the text,
don't be in your Bible where it say that.
In the text,
you must be reading that MAGA Bible.
A greater sin.
You got that Trump Bible, don't you?
Wait, hold on. What's the greater sin?
The Bible says that.
In the text says what? What was that?
Show me the verse in the Bible that says which sin is lesser or more than the other one, and I'll be happily following wherever you lead, black man.
It's Ecclesiastes 7, Trump verse 10, MAGA 3.
I'm like you said that there's a lesser and a greater sin. At what point in the Bible? Please show me that verse, because there's a lot that I could quote you from the Bible, but I would like for you to find that and show it to me with your lesser and your greater sins. Because last time I checked, God did not care which sin was lesser or more. And why is even God a part of this conversation? And we're having a whole topic about politics. Why is God being brought into this?
You guys, I love it. This is
Because
really good. Hold on, you guys.
They try to mix religion and politics.
This is really good.
Separate church and state, even in your.
I got my Bible out. Take us to the book and the verse.
Right now.
I got my Holy Bible app.
You guys, hello. Hold on. I'm the moderator. Please respect me. This is 918. This is really, really good. What's going on? I like it. I love it because we're getting this out. But I have one more question for you, Ruckus, before we let you go. Okay, we're not even going to do fashion files or anything tonight. Okay, hold on. Trump claims.
Can he put the Bible verse in the chat? Can he put the Bible verse in the chat? I just want to read it after the show.
John 19:11
says what?
Let's go.
It says Jesus answered, "You have no power over me if it were not given to you from above. Therefore, the one who handed me over to you is guilty of a greater sin."
And so that sin is?
That's not saying that one greater sin is better than the other. He's just saying that the person that handed it to him did the greater sin. That's not saying that one sin is bigger than the other. It's just greater because the person did it.
Greater than something else.
Everyone interprets the Bible differently.
And you know what? The way you interpret it.
Seminary school did you get that from?
Are you Jehovah's Witness?
No, I'm a Christian.
Okay, listen.
I love my Jehovah's.
Okay, let's put the and talk again.
I love my Jehovah's.
Everybody believes something different, and I don't think we're going to come to an agreement tonight. One more question before we let you go. Trump claims to know nothing about Project 2025, even though roughly 130 people in his political inner circle drafted the plan, and his running mate J.D. Vance wrote the foreword to the book about it. He supports initiatives in the plan to fire thousands of federal civil service workers. Sorry, I'm eating apple. Curtail the U.S. Justice Department's independence and abolish the U.S. Education Department. What parts of Project 2025 do you think he supports? Because you know he knows about it, even though he said he doesn't know anything about it.
Yeah.
Do you think he honestly knows nothing about Project 2025?
He lying about that shit. He knows something of it.
I'm about to say, why wouldn't he? Because where the fuck is you at then, sir? What are you doing?
He lying about that. He knows something of it, but you know, some of the stuff I'm for. I'll say most of the stuff I'm for. I don't.
For example, what?
We don't need affirmative action in schools. We don't need DI. We don't need none of that. We don't need none of it. We don't need the IRS. We need to get rid of.
I would not have gotten into college.
We need to get the government out of the education system. We need to get rid of that shit too. We do. The government needs to go. That's the problem. We're black folks. We depend on the government too much. We need to get out of that. Back in the 30s and 40s, the black people didn't believe in no government. They didn't want no handout. Now what y'all crying about? DEI and affirmative action. That's all black people cry about.
And remember,
do you realize that was the only reason? That was the only reason that many black people had opportunities because
do you
the law
remember what happened to our
us?
cities when we didn't get any of those help? They burned them to the
had
ground.
our own
They are
city.
no longer
Right.
there. Some of them are actually called lakes, like Lake Lanier in Georgia. So what are you talking about, sir?
What you mean? What am I talking about? As far as affirmative action and DEI?
As far as we've already
mobilized, it doesn't really go well. So
you
hold on. Before you guys go into this, I want to ask Michael because he's been very quiet.
And just sitting there smiling. Why is you smiling like that?
Can you explain? Because we have people who watch the show from all different education levels. Can you break down what affirmative action is and why it was used in the first place? Michael, can you do that? I hate to put you on the spot. If you don't want
to. Yeah, you do it all the time. So maybe next time, you know, I could get a little primer before I have to walk through something very complex. But generally, affirmative action is some type of preference to an underserved group in admissions. College is where you see it most of the time.
It's racist.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
Affirmative action is
No, it's
racist.
not.
That they're going
No, it's not.
to
No, it's not.
the government to say. For the government to say.
Agree to disagree? Can we
You
just
know what?
disagree on that?
I think people need to clearly understand what racism is when they make statements like
we
that.
have to agree to disagree on affirmative
Because I don't
action.
think he truly understands what racism is.
Yeah.
But continue.
Watch this. This how I know black people ain't qualified, and you do need affirmative action. Watch this. MIT just came out with they numbers, right? Supreme Court did what to affirmative action in schools? What they do to it last year? They got rid of it, right?
Mm-hmm.
And what happened with MIT?
I don't know.
What race of people skyrocketed? What race of people went down?
Mexicans?
Wrong.
Marcus.
What's the answer?
Enlighten us.
We don't know. You obviously know.
We have 1 minute. Go ahead.
Okay, so Asians have been saying that affirmative action is racist and it's wrong because it inherently affects their admission into MIT, right?
The Asians.
So the Asians, because they're fucking smart. They worried about education and books and STEM while we worried about dancing and entertainment. So let's get back to MIT. So MIT, Asians skyrocketed by 12 points. Black people went from the middle, they went down.
That's a lie. K-pop.
Asians went up 12% and white people went up 1%. Every other race of people went down. And this is why Asians dominate the market because they don't cry. They tell their kids to sit down and study. They don't look up to P. Diddy and Jay-Z and Beyonce and all this dancing and hooting and hollering. They got their kids.
Yeah, they look up to Ching Chong and Ching Chong Ching.
Seen as racist.
Not hooping and hollering.
Asian kids is doing.
You don't know what they look up to. You're not in Japan. You're not there with those kids. You don't know what the Asians look up to. Everybody looks up to someone. So leave Beyonce and Jay-Z out of this. Who did you look up to when you were a kid?
And what does that have to do with us as Americans as a whole?
Guys.
But Ruckus, who did you look up to when you were a kid?
Can we all have a consensus that Asians are way smarter than every group of
Hell,
people?
motherfucking no. You're not gonna sit up here and tell me that but just because somebody of a different race is smarter than me. Just because they're very smart. You're not gonna sit up here with that bullshit.
No. Is this your feelings or is this based on fact?
No, that's my feelings and facts.
There are studies behind why some races are doing better in certain areas, and it can always be traced back to something, and it's usually not what you're talking about. It's usually something like, oh well, their country invested in certain infrastructure, or their country has always focused on this, and then for 100 years maybe their country invested in this type of learning or something like it's something like that. It's not this thing where they're smarter. There's always some anecdotal proof of why they have excelled. It is
Asian culture is excelling in education.
Right, so make it cultural then. Right, so it's cultural. Our culture focuses on this.
Culture is
Our
fucked
culture
up. That's what it is.
Okay,
the American
say
that. Say culture.
Well, maybe get you a one-way to Asia.
You're right. You just proved that black culture is fucked up. Can we all agree to that?
No.
Okay.
No, because we can definitely include all Americans on that one, not just blacks.
No,
but one thing we can agree on.
You guys,
thanks for coming.
Please. It's 9:26. I've enjoyed this immensely. I really have, and I want to do it again. But we have to end. It's 9:26. Ruckus, we appreciate you coming by.
Thank you, Ruckus.
We thank you for bringing your opinion, your views. I think everyone's opinion and views is important.
Absolutely.
Hey, Uncle Ruckus, hey, I'll give you that.
Hold on. And we thank you for coming. To our viewing audience, we're not going to do Fashion Files or Come Sit on My Couch tonight. We went way over. I knew this was going to happen. So thank you, Ruckus. Is John saying
thank you, Ruckus.
You're welcome.
Thanks for coming.
You definitely caused a ruckus.
Tay, I'm gonna call you later, okay? I'm gonna call you tomorrow.
Maybe I'm so ready for this election season to be over.
All right, so let's get him off. and let's bring on Katrina to say bye to everyone. Katrina, are you there?
Somebody help us.
Katrina?
That was good.
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. So I thank all my co-hosts. You guys, thank you,
hold
Darius.
on, sir.
Thank you for coming over. I knew Darius was gonna get going. I knew it. That's why I invited him. Thank you for coming and bringing your expertise. Michael, thank you for explaining that on the spot. Everyone, I love you. Katrina, thanks for coming on tonight.
Thank you.
Baby, I need to go get me another drink.
I love you guys. To our viewing audience, please like and share. This is gonna. I believe the show's gonna break numbers. I really do. But thank you. Please like and share.
Protect yourself from the migrants.
Is everyone? Hey. Are all minds clear? All minds clear?
Yes.
My pastor used to say that before.
I don't know. After I have my drink and my herbal remedy, it might be clear then.
Ooh, I'm
all
ready
right.
to go.
Well,
thanks for watching, guys.
Thanks for watching, Katrina. Bye.
Yes.
I'm gonna call you
Bye.
later.
Okay.
Like and share. We love you guys. Thank you. Peace. Be safe.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.